Chapter 3 in Healthcare Finance, the Digital Age and How It changes the landscape of healthcare finance. There is an impact. A digital age has high tech and high touch approaches, requires patient engagement, the engaged patient, and rapid change. This is discussed on page 23 of the book. The book does a great job. I like this chapter because for me, the sections, the paragraphs are short and sweet to the point, and the information, my brain receives it very well. And I think it's because the paragraphs are short and to the point. As you go through this chapter, please let me know if you have any questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. Da, 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 da. Patients who, top of page 24 is where I'm reading from. Patients who are punctual with their annual checkups and those with chronic diseases like diabetes who are adhering to the regimens would be considered engaged patients. So the yearly stuff, even like an annual eye exam, which each one of us need, dental exams twice a year, mammograms, any type of male yearly, annual, preventative type of screenings, getting our cholesterol checked, our sugars checked, blood pressure checks occasionally. That is an engaged style patient. Um, Someone with a chronic disease, whether it is kidney failure, diabetes, or like COPD from smoking and lung issues that are not compliant and not taking their medicines, not coming to appointments, not reporting new changes, new developments, that is not an engaged patient. So the digital age has allowed us to be more engaged, that population. Sick people, whether it's acute or chronic, whether you're just sick from the flu, or if you have a chronic disease, there are resources at your fingertips, especially if you have a cell phone, which most people do. Not everybody, but most people do have a cell phone. So, anyway, that's how the digital age, one way it has impacted us. So, on page 24, it speaks of rapid change. There's a social media paragraph there, and this PowerPoint is mentioning it too. And there is data to show and the impact of social media in healthcare. It does really, it's a very business driven, customer service driven idea that it's used for. So many hospital systems are on social media, and they do want to connect and communicate with patients and people in the community because they want their business. It is a very, healthcare can be very lucrative, and it's a very competitive business, especially in an area that we are. Wilson, Raleigh, within 100-mile range. I'm gonna just go off the top of my head. I did not pull this stat, but 100, maybe 200-mile range, we probably have 12, 15 major hospital systems, especially within our reach. Um, a little bit closer to home, I can go 30 or 50 miles, especially from Wilson. You have Vida in Greenville, you have Duke in Durham, you have Wake Med in Raleigh, you have, oh, I don't know who, UNC owns at the Smithfield Hospital. So, there's a reason why they call us the 5 county area. We have so many. Oh, Nash County has a hospital, and I think it's owned by UNC now. Anyway, that's what social media is on that platform they're doing. They're showing the community members, hey, this is what our hospital and our doctor's offices offer. And believe it or not, there are people in our populations, in our community, who will choose a doctor's office because they have a coffee or a area where they don't have to sit right next to someone, especially during social distancing. And or maybe that hospital has free Wi-Fi, or like seriously, all those type of amenities, if you will, almost hotel stylish, bring people in. So really, how a hospital or a doctor's office system utilizes their social media campaign, it can make a difference. It does. Okay, so I have probably talked about that too much. Page 25, what do the data show? And that goes into the internet users. Resource allocation is mentioned on page 25, just like it is on this PowerPoint. And you guys, we're just in chapter 3, but please know I'm not going to read this information to you. I do a high level overview of the information in the chapter. And of course, I'll say it again, always ask me a question, but I'm not going to read directly from the PowerPoint nor the chapter, because you can do that. and then always follow up with me with questions. So changes in health information technology, major changes from a different perspective. It's not mentioned in the book, but I'll highlight it because I know about it, is the masters in nursing, that there's an option for health information now. Nursing informatics is not a new, is probably, I'm going to say 20, 25 years oldish as an option, but we just keep expanding. So as you finish out school, when you decide about a master's program, if you have chosen something like nursing, and nursing is not the only arena with health information technology. There's a business arena. There is, even in teaching, you can teach these type of courses and information. So please just know this is a growing field. It is not 100 years old. Health information technology is not 100 years old, but it's about 20, 25 years old, so it's ever evolving. Okay, page 25, the bottom of it discusses, the book does a really good job distinguishing the difference between EMRs and EHRs. I'll let you read about that. Page 26, we go into interoperability. This is so critical because I'm looking to see, it doesn't say interoperability on this PowerPoint, but what it's getting at is how the systems talk to one another. So if I am a patient at WakeMed and I need to be transferred to Wilson, I shouldn't have to carry my health medical record with me. It should be accessible at Wilson's Hospital with permissions, of course. There's still privacy laws in place, but I shouldn't, and I also shouldn't, whether I'm going between Wilson and WakeMed or Vidant or Duke, or I shouldn't have to repeat tests. The test, the information, my results should come with me electronically. So that's the interoperability that is mentioned on page 26. So let me continue and get caught up with the PowerPoint here. Population health and digital age crossing at the intersection. So population health is now center stage in healthcare delivery. Also outcomes, improving outcomes, accessibility. So you can read the challenge paragraph, assessing information technology capabilities. So this is a big thing. What are the ACOs? Hang on one second. Let me figure out what this PowerPoint is referring to. ACOs. Oh, accountable care organizations. Yes, that is a rapid growth area. They are hospitals, doctors, other healthcare providers who come together to coordinate and decide what is high quality. Okay, so still there's a challenge in this digital age because it's newer, assessing the information technology capabilities, just like it's mentioned in the book on page 26. Now I'm going to go to page 27 in the book. And this is the last slide on this PowerPoint. Excellent, because this was, like I said, a short and sweet chapter. So page 27, additional trends and complexities. There's a lot to this, and we want to make sure it intertwines well. Urgent care medicine during COVID, where places were shut down and the virus was deadly, and just a lot of things that were happening in 2020, 2021. We really got a taste of taste, is that appropriate? We really got to see in action what telehealth and digital age can do for our healthcare systems. People were having urgent care visits via video, telephone, even normal yearly visits in the same manner. Dermatology visits, send pictures, send updates. I mean, there was just a lot of information going on. Chronic kidney patients or high blood pressure patients were emailing and texting their providers what their weight was that morning, what their blood pressure was at noon that day. Just a lot of improvements coming out of forced change like COVID. COVID was definitely a forced change in healthcare. Retail medicine clinics, this is something you'll see, like Target will have a CVS, or Walgreens will have a room that the pharmacist will take you in and privately give you your flu shot, COVID shot, whatever other immunizations you may need. Behavioral health is mentioned on page 27 also, and there's the summary. So I feel like I did way too much talking, but this, again, I just enjoyed this chapter. I hope you do too, and I'm here if you need me. Thanks.